ago, he went and he was able to meet up with Felton Thomas. So that's one witness that has now been impeached in this case. All right, we are going to let you know that in the newspaper, in the Orlando Sentinel, over and over again, from December 29th till January 16th, there was a name listed in the newspaper articles, which we have for you today, and that name was Robert Foster. Robert Foster was supposed to be one of the witnesses. It said every day in the paper for a long time that Robert Foster and Ed Williams were the two witnesses against Tommy Zeigler. All of a sudden, on the day of the preliminary hearing, everything changed. There was no more Robert Foster. Mr. Zeigler's attorneys wanted to know what happened to Robert Foster. Where did he go? Where is he? What's going on with Robert? The lead detective, Detective Don Fry, got on the witness stand, stood on that stand, and told Mr. Ralph Hadley that Robert Foster was a mere typographical error. He was an error that got into his mind. He was an error that was in the paper for 3 weeks. Now, if you're working on a case, and you have the name of the wrong witnesses in the newspaper for 3 weeks, and you live there, you're going to notice. So, we would like to know why this wasn't fixed, if it was a typographical error. I would be mad if they had the wrong names of my witnesses in the newspaper if I was the state of Florida, but they didn't seem to mind at all. So on the stand, when Mr. Hadley asked, where did Foster go, what was the deal with Mr. Foster, he was told that he was nothing but a typographical error. But it really clears up a lot of questions, because when Mr. Felton Thomas, who Captain Cal spoke to, was on the scene, when he came in on January 17th, when the preliminary hearing was taking place, all of a sudden, he didn't have his regular name. His name wasn't Felton Thomas. That's the name he was born with, that's the name he had all of his life. But that day, no. He was all of a sudden anointed Buddy. Why? Well, he was supposed to be Buddy Felton. If you are going to replace a witness named Robert or Bobby Foster with somebody named Felton Thomas, you better switch his name around and add a nickname if you know what's good for you, so you can make your story fly. And if you're in the state of Florida and you're doing these things to people to put them on death row, that is a violation of their United States constitutional rights. And it is so wrong, and it cannot go unnoticed. Today's the day that Tommy Zeigler needs justice, and we are going to ask the state of Florida to take action today. Tommy has been on death row for 36 Christmases. This will be his 36th Christmas on death row, and we are determined to make sure that justice is served and his constitutional rights are restored and that he is set free.